Yes, you said I'm doing you first, right?
Yeah, you can do me anytime, baby.
Ooh.
Sorry.
What are you sorrying for?
Because I made a sex joke.
So
Um,
I've done way more women
Principal
than men, so meh.
Potato, Principal Potato is asking, can you explain tarot readings, please?
Sure. Just give me a sec. Yeah, I had a few. All right. So what I do, I have a deck of cards. Mine tends to go toward Greek, Roman types of mythology. And what I do is I charge them every day and every night on my window. They're either in the sunlight, in the like the atmosphere of the rain, like the ozone, or the moonlight. So they're always getting a charge. They're in my house, so they respond mostly to me. The way I do them is I lay them out after I've shuffled them. I concentrate on the person that I want to do the reading for, and then I go over them with my hand. I have a very personal connection with these cards because I've had them for decades. And, I've had them pretty much since I'm 15 years old. So I can pick like which ones are speaking to me. I'll get a charge or my finger will go ice cold or like it'll warm up or there'll be some type of pull. And that's the one that I pick. And like with Jess, I'm just doing a general read on her. I don't prescribe to the upside down means the opposite thing. I read cards according to my instincts, what I feel is the right thing. So her first card is the Hermit, then you get the Ten of Pentacles, and then the Six of Cups. So hers is mostly about her choices in life. Now,
Terrible.
well,
Sorry.
I mean that's mainly what you're going through right now, right?
Yeah.
So you have a tendency to either want to be completely by yourself to where, people wonder where the hell you've gone, or you throw yourself into like this fantasy of, yes, I'm going toward the future. I want a family. I want this. I want that because it's so far in your future. That's the only reason I call it a fantasy because you're not actively doing it now. And then there's the parts where you get very introspective and you have no clue where you're going. So like you tend to withdraw because you do overthink things. Some things you don't think about like at all. You give them no thought, which maybe you should. And other things like you overthink them so much that they become like almost an anxiety for you that's deep seated and it stays there over time and you let it grow and grow and grow. You don't really address it. This is something that has been a trait of yours, being like the hermit, like withdrawing since you were little, because it's just better for you to keep your thoughts to yourself because you think a lot of people won't understand them or whatever, or they'll judge you. But then you think about the future and you're like, I could have this, I could have the husband and the kids and, have all the little animals and have my, little plot of land, or I could travel. These are all your plans. The 10 pentacles around that means that this is the primary, like, thing that gets, I guess, the focus in your mind. Like, this is what the world tends to push you toward, but you have options. And then you get to this, which is telling me that you often feel lost, but it's also telling me that you have a whole world ahead of you and you're not meant to just sit in one place. You I would think travel would be really really good for you. Like especially in the next 1 to 2 years, I would spend a lot of that time getting out of my comfort zone, getting out of that introspective place, go and see other cultures, see other people, and really just take it in and let it build you up. That would be the best thing for you because you do have a very narrow worldview, despite the fact that, you're on the internet, you know people from all over. You haven't done all that. It's all secondhand experience. You would do better with firsthand experience. And now is the time for you to pursue that before you get tied down to anything. a job or a family or anything. So you have no resentment. Okie dokie. You got
Yep.
questions? What do you want to know? What do you want to know? What do you want to know?
No, but I'm gonna tell you, I am most definitely gonna be traveling this year.
Oh, that's
But
good.
that's all I'm gonna say. I'll tell you when it gets closer.
That's cool though, because that's very good for you. Because you could
Yeah.
find yourself like doing it by yourself and you'd be okay.
That
You get
read lines up perfectly with like what we talk about the Saturn returns as well. I mean that
her
read pretty much
transitional
describes
years.
yeah
Yeah.
it pretty much describes the whole state of being in the Saturn returns 28 through 30, right?
Yeah, she's got to step out of that place of hers.
Well, it's like the questions, the figuring out, the different everything you said pretty much lines up with that Saturn returns phase of
Yeah, it
life.
does. Yeah, it does. That's
All right,
awesome.
Shelly, before I pull this one up, is it you still got one more to read, or is it all?
No, I read these. Why? What happened?
Okay,
Levy, this isn't a green screen. This is actually it's my room. There's my PS5 and my TV. The reason why I don't actually show people my room is because I always get shit for the amount of wires that I have hanging from the TV. So that's why I use a green screen.
Zero.
Also, I'll be back because apparently my mom decided she needs something right now.
Of course she did. That's
Every
what moms
stream.
do.
Every stream.
All right, what can I do for you, Sleazy?
I guess I'll do it, but Zero's got a question. He's asking,
Okay.
do you use different layouts, cross versus 3-card, etc., depending on what you're considering?
I do it based on personal preference. Like I didn't learn out of a book. My grandmother taught me, and her mother taught her. My mother never bothered to learn. She's too shangad for any of this. She has no imagination. But I'll do my standard is a 3-card layout because it's the easiest. It gives me background, it gives me present, it gives me future, and I can get a picture in my head of what it's trying to tell me. If I do a Celtic cross, it's doing a complete like history, a complete like 6-month to 1 year prediction for them. It's telling them about friends, about hopes, about dreams. And it really like it attacks every single aspect, and it'll take me 3 to 4 hours to do one of those. So unless somebody's face to face with me and picking their own cards, I don't do that one because that one takes like a really long time. But people come here and I don't charge for my tarot card readings. They'll bring a bottle of wine, which is funny because I don't drink. But they'll bring that and thanks, and that's it. And then they drink it and I give them their reading. But they'll be here like a whole afternoon. And it's a lot. It goes very into detail. But it's a lot different when they get to pick the cards. If I'm here and you're there, it's harder for you to get the feel because, like I said, my cards are really charged. You're going to feel some type of physical reaction. And that's mainly because I'm a physical person. So
Well-
they emulate what I do.
Well,
Yes, you
I'm
are,
learning.
baby.
Right
Shelly
now, the
knows
frozen
all about that physical touch.
I know all about the touches and the monkey noises, Poor Div. So, who's next? What you want?
Okay,
What you
I
want?
guess me.
Dev's not in the chat.
I'm surprised. I can't look at the chat because for some reason, if I have the chat open on here, that's when the StreamYard goes wonky on me. I don't know why.
Dev hasn't been in my chat for like
So
the
I
past
can't
month.
comment.
I don't know where she's been, but she hasn't been in my chat for the past month.
Kind of curious to see what I get just because I'm a Jew.
Doesn't matter.
I
Are those
love
cards
you.
are those cards kosher?
Yeah, are they kosher?
There's no gelatin in them or animal fats at all.
But have they been blessed by a rabbi?
Well, honestly, if he was
Probably
that
not.
much of a Jew, he wouldn't be here on a Friday night. You'd be at what
That
is
is
that
true.
thing
That's
called?
true.
If-
That's
if you-
so true.
I'd
Maybe holding
sitting-
hands and singing with Joe right now.
So
I'd
don't
be
go
sitting on a
pulling that with
couch in the
me.
dark.
I have
He'd be,
real.
he'd be doing Shabbos, or what? Is that what it's
Yep.
called? Shabbos?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I'd probably be in bed because I'd be bored.
God.
Vicky said she'd bring you flowers, Shelly.
She'd bring me flowers. Aw. If I did her reading, that's nice. Thank you. I always appreciate flowers more. All right. Huh. Aren't you the Lone Ranger? So you tend to, stay by yourself. You're very much isolated from a lot of people. In the past, I think you may have had some problems with self-esteem, depression. Um, you went through some really dark times, I would say. But you kept going. You're here. You made it this far. If you look at the Knight of Cups, you tend to live half in fantasy, half in reality. So you're half a dreamer, half a realist. So you know what's going on, but you tend to convince yourself of other things. You can actually soup your head up to where you can change your own reality and you'll believe it. It's not a good thing to do, but sometimes it's what gets you through. We all can do that, but you're very, very good at it, which tends to tell me that you would be a very good creator if you were to channel that into some type of personal work, something that you could, like sell, or something you could materialize for yourself, if for nobody else. There's a little fish here. I don't know if you could see it. They tend to hop in and out. That means there are people in your life who only show up when there's pain and when they're going through something. So they tend to use you as somebody that they can lean on, somebody that they can talk to, somebody who's going to, be nice to them. And, oh, yeah, I know, I understand. It's okay. Yeah, I'll listen. But you're not getting things from them. You're not getting anything in return. So this just says you should keep an eye on that, because you're very valuable as a person. You don't need to do for others and not have them reciprocate for you. You have value. Make them give back to you. Don't just take it laying down, I guess you could say. And your future, you have a lot of decisions coming up, a lot of things that are going to pile up, but in a good way, because you see the grapes around. That's bounty. That's, if you're true to yourself and true to what you want, it's going to be something that you can accomplish, because the opportunities are showing up. You're going to find them. They'll be small, though. So don't think that you're looking for one big thing. You're not going to have one big break in anything. You're going to have little things, which means that whatever you accomplish will last longer. It'll be more secure, I guess you could say. It'll have a better foundation because you didn't rush it. You put thought into it. It has you, at the core of it. So that's you. So I don't know if I was close or anything, but that's yours. But you definitely need to make something, because this says you can go far, straight ahead. You can go far, and you're at the very beginnings. That's why he's so young. You're just learning, but you have the potential to really create something that other people can, use, that'll do a benefit to you as well. But really, stop just doing for others out of the goodness of your heart. You need to have somebody do for you.